It looked good on him. His mustache was still dark. He was growing out his sideburns, which his wife hated and his girlfriend loved. He'd been tempted to tell the former if she screwed him like the latter, he'd happily grab a razor. But that conversation had died like an electrocuted elephant in the back of his brain. Charlie walked onto the showroom floor. Deacon's mouth was open like a braying jackass's as he fake-laughed at something the blonde had said. 20 seconds ago, Charlie would have been looking forward to this. Now, all he could think was that there was a timer ticking somewhere, and if he didn't move fast enough, Mike Thevis would explode. The hi-fi was playing Karin Carpenter through the giant speakers in the corners. Instantly, Charlie had a headache so bad that he could taste it in his mouth. The lights were too bright. The posters advertising on-lot financing and the best deals in town seemed to be screaming at him. Worst of all, the life-size cutout of Charlie dressed in a chicken suit mocked him by the front door. Chicken Charlie was holding a sign that read, "I'm too chicken to give you a bad deal." Some jackass had stuck an Atlanta Braves baseball cap on top of the chicken's head. Charlie felt his lips twist into a sneer. He didn't give a shit about baseball, but 3 days from the big game, just about every customer who walked through the front door did. "Hey, boss." Deacon Lamb flashed a smile at Charlie that reminded him so much of their father that his stomach barbed-wired into a rabbit snare. "Let me introduce you to—" "That's a pretty name, honey." Charlie said the words automatically. He wasn't thinking about the blonde so much as what would happen if he wasn't at the dry cleaner soon. "I see you're looking at the Mustang. She's a solid ride. Only one driver, a little old lady who took it to church every Sunday." He winked at her, like he hadn't watched the porter cleaning up oil underneath the engine 15 minutes ago. "You're a smart cookie. I can see we're going to have to give you a good deal." "Charlie Lamb, the chicken man," the blonde hummed the jingle from the commercials. "I grew up watching you on TV." Charlie didn't want to think about her sitting in front of the tube with pigtails and a bowl of cereal. He thought about her sitting in his lap. And then he thought about Mike Thevis coming in with a knife and slitting both their throats while Karin Carpenter sang Ticket to Ride. He put his hand on the blonde's arm. "That's great, sweetheart. Listen, I don't want to rush you, but we're busy men here. We can't waste time, even on a pretty little thing like you." She had a puzzled smile on her face. "I'm sorry?" "Maybe you could get your husband or your friend," he let the word hang between them, "to come down here and handle the transaction. Like I said, the Mustang's a good car. You'll look pretty in it." He remembered his job. "I mean, not that you don't look beautiful already." "Course you're beautiful." Deacon narrowed his eyes at Charlie. "Ain't I been telling you that since you walked in, pretty little peach?" "Yes, you have." Her smile lightened, but then she told Charlie, "I'm not a whore, Mr. Chicken Man. I can pay for my own car. I have a job and everything." Charlie looked down at his watch. He didn't have time for this. "The sign outside says you finance here." She reached into her purse. "I've got paycheck stubs from—" He grabbed her arm a little tighter this time. "Look, doll, I meant what I said. You're a knockout. That's great that you've got a job and everything, but what happens when some lucky fella snatches you up? You quit working and your new guy doesn't want to pay off your old debts." "I imagine you'll repo my car, keep the money I've paid you so far, and sell it again to the next sucker who walks through the door." Charlie said a silent prayer of thanks that he hadn't hit on this bitch. He was well past his quota for mouthy women in his life. He told Deacon, "Get her out of here. And take that hat off the chicken. You want to get us shot?" The blonde yelled something at his back, but Charlie easily tuned her out. He pushed open the glass door and walked across the parking lot. Lamb Auto Sales. 6 acres of new and used cars, none of them getting sold because the whole city had shut down over a fucking baseball game.